a change of plans, but now we're going to Tarangire Park today. So let's go.
Started our journey into the park.
Just differentiate the color.
There's a python. You can barely see it right now, but it's on the other side.
That is her sweat.
Okay. What are you doing?
Documenting.
No, this one's not bad.
But the back is bad.
The back is bad. I didn't even know my butt was sweating that much. These show sweat so badly. It's kind of gross.
So after looking at Erica's wonderfully sweaty butt, we enjoyed some wonderful food at this picnic area with a great view. We have not been offering a lot of commentary on this, which might make for a short and boring video, which means we're probably going to mash this together with the crater video, I think.
We'll see. We'll see what we see this afternoon and decide.
Luck. We're obviously not on a safari anymore, but since we didn't transition very well from Tarangire, I'm just popping in to let you know that we're now moving to Ngorongoro. We were eating breakfast and we look over and there's an elephant in our backyard. Pretty awesome. That makes all this even crazier and awesomer. Oh man, that girl is close. Let's get as close as her.
No, let's not.
Come on.
Don't go close, please.
Back up, back up. It's walking towards this way. Oh man, it's walking towards us. Go towards the tree. Look at the camera. Come on, it's coming towards us. It's
coming
following
towards us again.
Hola.
Oh my gosh. Close.
Be careful, guys.
That was crazy.
Just
Wake
eating
up.
some breakfast and the elephant is there in our camp. Also having breakfast.
Right in our backyard. Also, yeah, that was. Well, now that's not even just, that's just a start. So maybe this is going to be a crazy day.
Well, we do have to hurry up and finish breakfast because we have no idea when our van is going to be here.
You just said eat breakfast at 6 and wait.
I'll be there to pick you up at some time.
This is crazy. So majestic.
The giraffe decided to join the elephant. Right here outside our window.
just when you thought it was over, it shows up right inside the building we're eating, right outside of it. This whole experience and this morning has made everything so surreal and amazing. So I think we've been very blessed, very lucky, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of this day has for us. It's going closer.
Wow, 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 wow.
Ah, it didn't get in there.
We arrived down at the floor, and there's a lion that I think is going to come right up to the road. Just going to make it, I think. Where did he go?
Oh my gosh. That was crazy. We just got to it right in time. That was crazy. We almost saw a kill because she did go after it. But it looks like the lions settled down, so we're going to move on to other things. So what I find cool is that I think it's a self-contained ecosystem. And pretty much all the animals stay within the crater. Pretty cool. Hopefully she's watching this, but per Chelsea, hippos are out of the water in the middle of the day over there.
The sun is finally coming out.
Taking a break?
I look like I need a shower.
We both do. I think an animal tore this down so that we would mistakenly feed it.
Is that what you think?
Mhm.
The hippo took it out?
Yeah, the hippo took it out so that we would feed it. That's
Hippo
it.
path's over there.
How do you know? What are you, a hippo professional now?
Yeah.
Hippo master?
12 days on safari does that to you.
That's a lot of wildebeest.
I'm gonna keep going.
Which ones do you think are responsible for the death of Mufasa?
All of them.
This one looks like it might have led the charge. It looks awfully suspicious sitting there in the back. Say goodbye to the Mufasa killer.
You made a little extra about Lion King today.
We don't remember the names of the hyenas on the Lion King, but that was them. That was all three. We can never have enough elephants. Probably better move on to other things though.
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear me, but this is the skull of a lion. Just kidding, an elephant. It is massive. You can see its teeth here, but it is, I don't know. It just really hits home with that elephant this morning and how intimidating it was being on the ground, looking up at it. It's just scary. Taking a break. I don't know if we're eating lunch. We never know. We'll see. We did in fact eat lunch. It was delicious, and it just kind of sank. It just kind of sank in sitting here eating lunch in the middle of a giant crater with this ecosystem going on. I thought it was a cool thought.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Our last game drive, we think, is about to come to an end. We're gonna make our way back to Arusha, spend a couple days there, just relax, wash clothes. We have a lot of dirty clothes.
But we are going to kind of go over a ranking list of all of the parks that we went through and what we thought might have been the best.
Oh yes, here's our ranking of the parks in Kenya and Tanzania starting now. All right, we have completed our safari, and as promised, or as mentioned, alluded to, we are going to list our favorite parks and a couple other questions that we had while we were booking the safari. I'm hoping this segment is going to be 5 minutes or less, so let's go. Take it away.
Oh, the first question that we had is 12 days too much for a safari? And the short answer is no. For us, it was not. We could sit there and just watch every animal over and over again, just sit there, eat, do whatever they do, poop even, but...
The second thing was looking at the differences between Kenya and Tanzania for the safari. So I think there's 3 main differences. We chose budget accommodation, so this is all budget, both Kenya and Tanzania, but they're very different. In Kenya, budget meant like tents. I use the word tent loosely. It was like a set tent with its own bathroom there. And in Tarangire, it was a literal tent that you had to set up with sleeping bags. Number 2 was the food. In Kenya, it was just served at the lodge, so you had like a, what's that called?
Buffet.
A buffet. It was a buffet that the lodge provided. In Tanzania, we had a cook that actually went everywhere with us. He was so awesome. He made our lunch every single day, so we had like super nice lunches, not packed lunches. Really, really awesome in Tanzania for that part. Mm-hmm. And the last thing was just the groups were different between Kenya and Tanzania. In Kenya, we actually shuffled groups a couple times because people were on different lengths of safaris. Mm-hmm. So we were only with one person entire Kenya half of the safari, and otherwise like it was different groups of people. Whereas in Tanzania, we left the first morning and we ended with the same 2 couples. So just a little bit different experiences. Again, that's budget accommodation, might change from person to person depending on what accommodation you choose. So now we're gonna rank all of the parks from bottom to top.
Worst to best in our personal experience.
Yes. That being said, all of the parks we really liked and would recommend. This is just kind of getting into the nitty gritty for us.
So the worst experience that we've had, not necessarily a bad one, it was Tarangire. Just not a lot happened, and we didn't see a whole lot of animals. So that was probably our least favorite.
Yeah. Number 6, which again, still had a great time, but we chose Nairobi National Park. What is really cool about the park is it's right outside of Nairobi, and you have the city line like in the background. There's lions. We actually had a really cool lion experience there. The animals are just a little bit more spread out, and the landscape isn't quite as diverse because it's right by the city, but still a great park, especially if you're in Nairobi.
And then the next one, number 5, was Lake Nakuru. I struggled with this one. It was still really awesome. You want to guarantee your chances of seeing a rhino, pretty much. That's the way to go. It was beautiful. We got really lucky with some lions too, but it was still number 5 for us.
I think that part of the reason it was number 5 is because not everyone gets like a pack of lions like we did. We just got super lucky that day. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a pretty park, but it's very small.
The next few were kind of difficult.
So number 2, 3, and 4, we tried really hard to
compromise.
Yeah, to compromise so that we could rank them, but we couldn't. We disagreed on the ranking order. So for number 2, 3, and 4, here's each of our rank order. So my number 4 was Ngorongoro crater. Really, really awesome being down in the crater. It's really cool because all of the animals stay down in the crater. We saw lions. There was beautiful lakes. It just didn't have quite the appeal that the other ones did for me. So my number 3 was the Amboseli Park. Amboseli was really cool. There's so many elephants. Like if you want to see elephants, that's where to go. You have Mount Kilimanjaro in the background. Again, just like super beautiful, serene. Loved Amboseli. And my number 2, I'm sorry Evans and Chelsea, but number 2 for me was Masai Mara. Masai Mara was incredible. It was amazing to start at Masai Mara. I liked the landscape there probably more than any other park. There's so many animals. I love the hippos. It just wasn't as big as our number 1. And so I had to rank it number 2. What about your 2, 3, and 4?
So 4 was Amboseli. I loved elephants. I loved the scenery and stuff. For some reason, this was just the toughest thing for me to do. It could have easily been number 2 or 3. And then the next one was, again, sorry, Evans and Chelsea, Masai Mara. That was number 3 for me. Probably because number 2 beat out Masai Mara in terms of experience. And also my expectations of Masai Mara were a little bit higher. Whenever you go into something with high expectations and then they don't necessarily meet those expectations, it can kind of make the experience a little different. Which brings me to my number 2, which is Ngorongoro. And I had low expectations for that one, very low. And then when we went there was a lot happening. We saw some lions, almost saw we saw a lion chasing an antelope or a gazelle, which was exciting. I almost got my kill. And then we woke up in the morning with an elephant, and we were about 20 feet away, which was insane. I was scared. My heart was pumping.
I was absolutely shocked when we did this that Aaron had that as his number 2, because he legitimately said, I don't know if I want to film this park before we had gone to it, and then he ranked it as number 2.
Yep.
So we really couldn't compromise because I didn't feel like it deserved the number 2 spot, but
I did. And I was using the urinal, staring outside of the window, just watching a giraffe eat. Where can you say that you've ever done that?
But that leaves number 1, obviously the thing that neither of us had mentioned, we did agree on, was Serengeti. I actually thought Serengeti would not be as good as it was just because of how big Serengeti is. I thought it would mean that all of the animals were more spaced out, but there was so many animals, like even more than in Masai Mara.
Very condensed.
And we saw, leopards, cheetahs, a bunch of lions. They all had cubs. Like, it was just really, really incredible the whole time that we were there.
Yep.
So.
We got the big 5 there, too, officially. Thank you, Serengeti, for the leopard.
We wouldn't have gotten the rhino, though, there at all.
Nope, but we did get it a few other places in Kenya. So that brings us to the conclusion, which is which country would we recommend for a safari if you had a set period of time and only one country to go to?
And again, we didn't agree.
Either Kenya or Tanzania. I had landed on Tanzania.
Are you going to say why?
I don't know. I landed on Tanzania, and it was a struggle. It was difficult, but I liked the actual camping, not the glamping of Kenya, but the camping experience more than anything, where we get to listen to the animals, and you're right in the thick of it, where there are hyenas, lions, hippos, kind of right next to us in Serengeti, and then waking up to giraffes and elephants in our backyard. That was the biggest reason. I think we had an equal amount of awesome experiences in both Kenya and Tanzania. But for me personally, I like camping in that back.
And I chose Tanzania. And the reason that I chose Tanzania, even though Serengeti was my top park, like if I chose one park, it would be Serengeti. But the combination of several of the parks, like with Amboseli and Lake Nakuru and Masai Mara, I feel like that combination can definitely get you the big 5. We were just a little unfortunate and didn't get the leopard, but there's just more variety. I felt like it was a lot of the same in Serengeti, even though it was incredible. So that's what I would do. And the people in Kenya.
The people. Definitely the people. Although people in Tanzania were nice too. So I don't know.
No, I mean Evans and Chelsea people.
Oh, that people.
The people.
Yes, the people. Our people.
But that concludes our safari. I think that's actually going to be the last. No, we're going to do one other safari. Just kidding.
Just kidding. But wait, there's more.
Yeah, again, this is just based off of what we saw and liked, but you really can't go wrong. I know. You really can't go wrong with Kenya or Tanzania, or even better,
Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
We are going to explore Tanzania for a couple more days, and then we're on our way to our next country.
You can do your hand thing?
Yeah.